Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today we're basically going to be just covering of what happened last night during the August 6th primaries in the states of Missouri, Kansas, Michigan, and Washington. So we're just basically going to scroll through all of these. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but the Democratic primary for Missouri Senate, it doesn't really matter because we all know Josh Hawley. He's going to reclaim his seat. He is an incumbent. uh the Democratic primary for governor doesn't really matter either because like Crystal Quade, she's not gonna beat Michael Cahoe. Mike Cahoe, he is basically the least Trumpist of these three, and it really sucks because if Trump had not endorsed him and only endorsed maybe Eagle or Ashcroft dropped out and endorsed Eagle, or Eagle dropped out and endorsed Ashcroft, we would be able to beat Cahoe. So it really sucks that Cahoe uh won, but I mean it's okay. So I mean it's just the governor of Missouri. It's not like Senate or anything. And then Lieutenant Governor for the Republicans, because Democrats don't matter in Missouri. There's still a very close race between David Washinger and Lincoln Hugh. I don't know who Trump endorsed for this one, but I mean I guess I'll support whoever Trump endorsed. But same for Attorney General. I mean, the incumbent Andrew Bailey, he's not that bad. He won, and he's gonna obviously win the general election. The U.S. House, there are still a couple. There's still a pretty close race here. Wesley. Oh wait, sorry. This one's for the Democrats. This one is a big one for the Democrats. But the Republican one doesn't really matter because the Democrats gonna win anyways. But the Republican one does have a pretty close race going on. Andrew Jones, Stan Hall. But I mean, there's a really good news tonight. One of the only pieces of good news, Cori Bush, she lost her seat. It will go to Wesley Bell in the general election. And I mean, Cori Bush, she's not as bad as someone like Jamal Bowman, but like, it's good that we have someone more to the right on the spectrum than someone like Cori Bush. So that's good. We ousted her. Now let's move on to Michigan. No surprises here. Alyssa Slotkin, she's gonna move on to the general election. Mike Rogers, he's gonna move on to the general elections. Uh, they both were able to win their primaries by good margins. Justin Amash, he did pretty bad. I know like most of you guys don't know who he is. He was like a former representative. He got ousted when he voted to impeach Donald Trump. But the funny thing is, they voted in Peter Mayer, and he voted to impeach Donald Trump the second time, and now he's out of office, and they voted in a Democrat. But Mike Rogers, Alyssa Slotkin, they both win their primaries pretty easily, no surprise. Uh, all of the House primaries are pretty expected. And then there's state legislature. Kansas, I was on my stream last night, and there was basically no action for Kansas at all. Sure, there were a couple close races, like the second Democratic district, but I mean, this one is, yeah, it's not like it's going to go for Democrats anyway. Uh, yeah, and Kansas really only had their House races, and finally there's Washington. So Washington, like a couple other states, has have open primaries, which basically all parties are basically in like a one big primary, and if then the top two, they go on to they go on to the general election. But I mean Maria Cantwell, she's an incumbent, she's gonna win. So there's not gonna be a shock in the general election. Governor Jay Inslee of Washington, he's retiring. And then, of course, for the governor, there's also an open primary. Bob Ferguson, he did do uh, a bit worse than Maria Cantwell, but probably because he's an incumbent. And also, the other Democrat in this race, there were a couple other Democrats in this race. Because in the governor's race, there was only one other Democrat, this dude, a crazy mustache, by the way. But Bob Ferguson, it could be kind of close. I have it in the likely margin right now, but Ferguson is going to pull it off expectedly. Uh, Lieutenant Governor, the incumbent Denny Heck, he's gonna keep going. Uh, Attorney General, uh, the Republican, he's not actually gonna win. I mean, the Democrat vote was split between two candidates. The Republican only had this guy, and I'd say like 95% of Monica Dingra is gonna go to Nick Brown, and Nick Brown's gonna win it. U.S. House, there's a couple. Uh, ex- also with two, also with an incumbent losing right now, Dan Newhouse. So Dan Newhouse, I'm pretty sure Trump did endorse someone in this race. I forgot who. Wait, let me just see. Who did Trump endorse in Washington? Fourth. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was Jared Sessler. So that really just shows Trump's power in these primaries. But then again, in some of those primaries, he endorsed like multiple candidates. So, because he's like so afraid of losing more primaries, because in the earlier primaries he lost a lot of them, and I think he might be scared to lose it even more. But Dan Newhouse, the incumbent here, he is losing, and they're all Republicans. Jared Sessler, he is leading by a pretty good margin, but only 55% of the votes are in. I feel like Newhouse, he could start picking up the pace and possibly beat him. But for now, Sessler is leading. I'm not surprised if Sessler wins because Trump backed him. Let's go back to Washington's. I mean, there's not many other races left. Uh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, those are really all the big races I have to cover. Uh, Thank you for watching my video, and if you popped into the stream last night, thank you. Also, subscribe, join my Discord. It's in the description below, and thank you.